niggas move weight in the south, but live in hope.
That's better. Hello and welcome to the Paul Frazier 1 hour special. The purpose for today's 1 hour special is to test my abilities as a creator and to test to see if my recording equipment can hold 1+ hour of footage. So let's begin. I'm starting today's video off. Yeah, you like that, huh? That was cheesy as fuck. But fuck it. So I'm starting today's video off on more of an annoying note, something that I can't get out of my mind. It's this homeless man who's living inside of his SUV right outside of my apartment, and I don't know what to do about him because he has problems with me. And what happened is that I was on my little motorized electric scooter and I drove by him. And when I drove by him, when I drive by anybody, I never get too close. I wasn't too close to him. I just went by him and he literally just starts screaming at me. And then I couldn't really make out like what he was like saying because it sounds like he was like on some sort of drugs. But all I can make out is that he was going to hit me with something. And with that, that's enough of a causation to allow me to call the police. So I dialed the non-emergency police number out here in Los Angeles, and then the police came out. And then we settled on, the police came, and then he talked to me, what's going on? And then he went and talked to him, said, what's going on? And we settled on, like if we were 5 years old or something, all right, you leave him alone, and he's going to leave you alone. And we settled on that, and I didn't think too much about it until around another 5 months went by. And this man is still outside of my apartment, and I literally have no freedom to like go outside and feel safe because this man is consistently right outside of my apartment window. You see the black SUV? There's a man in it right this second, and he gives me mad problems. You see, if we come over here, you see where that white car is right there? 90% of the time, he'll park right freaking there, right in front of my apartment, and I don't know what to do. So he's consistently outside, like literally like 90% of the time. Like I caught him when he was across the street, but like 90% of the time he's like he's like always parked like right in front of my apartment window, which gives me no freedom to open up my windows to let in some fresh air because he's always honking his horn. And like I don't know if he's fucking with me or if like he's honking the horn for some other reason, but it's like been like 5 months now, and like it's getting ridiculous at this point. And I called the non-emergency again, and I explained to them, it's just like, you guys don't understand. It's like when I go to work, I have the fear of coming home and seeing that my apartment got broken into. And then like when I'm home and I park up my truck, I have the fear of him smashing my windows and going out to my truck and seeing that. And it's like, and literally I never get any sort of like rest. I never get any sort of sleep. I never get any like the rest, like that I'm paying for by living inside of my apartment, by this man being there 24 hours a day, because he sees me go in and he sees me goes out. Therefore, he knows when I'm gone, and like he can go right into my apartment. And I explained that to the non-emergency person, and he hit me with some bullshit of like, oh, so what you're saying is that he broke into your truck? And I'm like, no, he didn't break into my truck. So you said that he's breaking into your apartment. And then like I was like, no, he didn't break in my apartment, but I'm just like looking towards the future. And like he just gave me like silence. And then I was like, that's kind of fucked up. He was just like, yeah, well, we can't help you, but what you can do is you can call the 211 line. It's like the homeless encampment cleanup. And I called the 211 line, and they said, oh, since that is just one person, we can't come out and help you. So like literally, it's just like I have to solve this problem by myself. Now, a lot of people can hit me with some bullshit like, Paul, just let it go. But it's just like, I don't let people punk me. Like, I'm not just gonna let you make me feel uncomfortable in my own home and just let you get away with it. Okay, before I continue babbling on, I have to freaking address something. Is that it's fucking raining in freaking June. Like, look at this shit. Like, of all freaking days that I decide to make an hour-long video in one day, it starts raining. But you know what? I'm not gonna fight it. I'm not gonna worry about it because I'm still recording. I literally don't have any time for this shit because I need to start hurrying up because I still need to edit this video and I need to save it, and then I need to upload it to YouTube and then give it as metadata and then continue on. But what I'm talking about the guy in front of my apartment, I was thinking with myself of like, how am I going to get back at this man? And I thought, like, you know, if say I go ahead and I smash one of his windows or something, and he sees that it's me, guess what he's going to do? He's going to smash a window on my brand new truck. And if I do anything to his vehicle and he catches me, then he's going to do probably the same to my truck. So the main thing was not getting caught, but your boy was sneaky as hell last week. And I decided to go out at probably 2 o'clock in the morning and creep by, and I fucking got his license plate. I got his freaking license plate. The boy's from Washington. I don't even know what the hell he's doing here. Go over the fence. That means that I don't have to go pick it up. But now I'm cool with him. Like, he didn't catch me doing it. It's been about a week since I did it. I did it right after last week's video to see if he was going to, you know, do anything, to see if he saw me, because I literally had to get down on all fours and crawl to the back of his SUV, and then I took a screwdriver and I loosened the bolts on it, and I took his license plate to get even. So now he can stay as long as he wants. Now I really don't care of what he wants to do and where the hell he wants to live. But look, it's my Louis Vuitton backpack. Let us go balls deep down inside and see. Bro, it's gonna be freaking humid and musty as hell tomorrow. But look, I got red cups for this. I want to build a whole ass tower with these cups. Know why I've been wanting to do this for the longest time, but let's begin. So the homeless guy has been dealt with. He doesn't know that he's been dealt with by me, but I know that I dealt it with him, so we're completely even in that regard, so I don't have to mess with him anymore, and hopefully he doesn't mess with me anymore. It's a little bit windy. It's a little bit windy out here, so I don't know if it's going to knock over my cups or not. But I wanted to open up and tell more of a personal story about myself when I was a little baby child. And before, almost as soon as I was born, apparently I really shouldn't have made it. I really shouldn't have made it as a human being, I guess. And I was hooked up to a whole bunch of machines. When I was like a baby. Like typically a baby stays like in an incubator for like oh yeah, that's not gonna work. Typically a baby's supposed to like be in an incubator for like maybe like a week or so. But when I was a baby, apparently my heart kept stopping, and when I was brought home, they basically had to bring all the equipment, and like I was basically like in an incubator, and apparently multiple times per night my heart would stop as like a baby, and a huge alarm would go off, and then my mom would have to rush in and then do a sequence of things with the machines to start my heart to go again. But apparently one night my heart wasn't starting again. So if the alarm goes off, and then as an example, I have no idea what my mom would have to do with the machines, but if you have to push 1, 2, 3 and then it starts my heart again, she pushed 1, 2, 3 and it didn't start my heart, and then she pushed 1, 2, 3 again and my heart wasn't stopping. So she had to take me out of the incubator, and it was her and my aunt, and they hopped into their car, and my aunt, she stopped at a red light, and my mom flipped out like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, keep going, go through the light. And they went through the light, and needless to say, the hospital started my heart again. And fast forward so many years later, I think it's absolutely insane to think that I literally have no health issues whatsoever. Like I don't have diabetes. I don't have heart problems. Between the ages of maybe like 2 years old to like 7 years old, I had asthma for a little bit, but apparently I outgrew that, and like now I can like run around and have no issues with breathing whatsoever. And besides me being like, you know, chubby, I'm like healthy. And I don't know why this memory came back to me from my mom telling me this story, but like it was literally like it was like haunting me a little bit this morning when I was waking up, like coming out of a dream, and like I laid there in my bed for like a few hours just thinking of like holy crap, like almost like you know the Matrix movie when the guy is like in like that goo stuff, and like he's like hooked up to like a whole bunch of like wires and everything like that. It's like, besides the goo part, it's like that was literally me as a baby. And like it wasn't it wasn't like rare for my heart to stop beating. Apparently it was multiple times per night where my heart would stop beating. Like I literally died. I clinically died multiple times when I was an infant. And like I didn't come out like a premature baby. Like I was such a big healthy baby. I was 10 pounds 5 ounces as a baby that, you know, I had to come out like through a C-section. Like I was like a massive baby. And apparently my little brother was 11 pounds. Like my little brother was like even bigger than me. And it's just like, it's thoughts like that like when I'm feeling suicidal, like when I want to take my life because life is so hard for me in a particular moment, it's just like, I think of times like that and I'm like, I have to be here for some sort of reason. Like like there's no way, like even beyond that, I really should be dead right now. And like it haunts me. It's like I think of it over and over and over again of just like I'm not doing anything important with my life. Like, why am I here? Why do I have to go through like this suffering of like being Paul Frazier? Like, why do I have to be this guy? Like why couldn't I have been like an extraordinary individual? Like even of being like a sprinter or something, or like being good at like gambling, or like why can't I be good at anything? Like I'm not good at anything whatsoever. Like I got fired once for being a fucking security guard. Like being a security guard, that's like almost like the easiest job on the planet. And it's not that I just got fired for being a security guard. I got fired before I even got hired for being a security guard. Because I went into an office and I sat down with them and I very stupidly said, oh yeah, oh you guys do YouTube? I do YouTube too. And they looked at my account and they saw that I was at work. Granted, like this was like a very immature Paul, a very much younger version of Paul, but like I was like recording myself like I was driving a go-kart with my security and the badge was on. It showed the company of the company that I was working for, and like that was like around when I was planning to quit, because back then I didn't give a fuck. Like I really didn't care about like holding down a job or like building a resume, but now I really do care. Look, I would also even encourage my viewers to do this too, but this is my portfolio, and this is a record of every single job that I've ever worked. All my past addresses, all my past employers, every single document that shows that I got my oil changes for my truck. So when it comes around to sell my truck, I have actual physical proof from Russell Westbrook, the place that I bought the truck at, that I have every single oil change, every single maintenance, every single tire rotation, and this has literally everything, like my car insurance. And I would really suggest that like you as an adult would make one of these too if you don't already have one, because when it comes around to like buy a house, and they say ask for like, oh, what were your previous addresses for the past 10 years? And if you say, I don't know, then they're gonna like, oh, well, this person's not responsible, therefore we can't help you out. But if you, like, I remember I remember how impressed the person was when I went to go get my Dodge Challenger, and like I pulled out every single pay stub that I had for my job, and I had like it wasn't it getting deposited into my bank account. It was literally the physical paper pay stubs that I can show you, like, this is my income. Like I consistently make a legal source of income, and I showed that to him, and that's why they trusted me, a guy with a 470 credit score, coming in with like $2,000 and a 2007 Kia Spectra 5 car to trade in for this brand new, at the time, 2020 Dodge Challenger, a 25-year-old kid with a past car repossession that was recent at the time, that this is why we're going to trust you. And then that's why they trusted me with the car, and that's why they trusted me with when I said, hey, this car is cool, but hey, can I get a truck? And they said yes, because I had my shit together. So I would highly suggest of just like going down to Walmart and getting like a $3 binder and, like, you know, start collecting all of your information. The things that I'm missing right now, I still need a new high school diploma that I did graduate high school, and I did get my diploma, but sadly that got taken away in the repossession of my car. And I also need to acquire my birth certificate again, which once I do, obviously I'm going to show you guys in the in this YouTube channel. But it's just like it's not even really to prove to other people to, it like, it really does like make you feel like an adult. But going back to me dying multiple times per night, like that, I think that's why I have the audacity to state that, you know, maybe one day I can become like a megastar, become more well known than Michael Jackson, become more well known than Elvis Presley. Because I remember what I used to tell my mom is that I wanted to, I remember at one point, and I still do, I wanted to become the most well-known face on the planet. Like, I wanted to be able to go to China and then know who I am. I wanted to be able to go to Germany and then know who I am. I wanted to be able to go anywhere on the globe and everyone knows Paul Frazier. Now, if you were to ask me, why would you want why would you want such a ridiculous thing? Why not? Like, because I understand that I do have some kind of advantage over normal people, because with normal people, they have a family, they have a wife, and they have their own offspring. They have their own kids. And when you have your own wife, when you have your own kids, you really can't do much. You can basically do what your wife says that you can do. If your wife says that you can't go to the bar this week, you better believe that you're going to get yourself a little a little tantrum from her if you decide to go. And the thing is, it's like if your wife says, no, you need to stay home and you need to spend time with the kids, and you say no and you do go, you better believe that your wife is going to get you back somehow. Now, if she's the kind of person to go and cheat on you, she might go sleep with your best friend. Or like it's like with most relationships I see, it's just an ongoing argument, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. But say if I wanted to just quit my job right this second and then get in my truck and go to Utah. Go drive all the way out to Utah and then go get my security guard card over there and like restart and like get like an apartment and do that. I can literally do that right now, this second. Like I can literally just pack up my apartment and leave. The majority of people can't do that. They don't have actual freedom. I have actual freedom. Even from my parents. Even from my brothers. Like, it's like to a point where like I don't even know them anymore. And like I don't even want to know them anymore. It's just like how they treated me when I was on medication and I was in that car accident and I was literally going batshit crazy insane, and to see how they treated me, I was like, are you serious? You guys have been putting on a mask for your entire lives? Like you could have showed me this earlier so I can know not to trust you earlier, so I wouldn't have to waste all this time? But that's in the past. It's like literally, I think I'm the most rare person on this planet. Like, it's super rare to even see me. Because I'm like kind of like Batman. I kind of like stay out here. I kind of like stay like to myself. And I don't know if that's a good thing or if that's a bad thing. But for damn sure, it's just like I'm like the most rare person on this planet. I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna try again to make a big ass tower, but I don't know if it's windy because like literally it doesn't even have to be like windy at all. It's like you can be like the slightest little gust and it knocks them over because they weigh as much as like a feather. These red cups right here. Oh, it looks like I don't know how big I want to build it. But we're gonna get somewhere. I don't say that. I'm not saying that we're gonna succeed. I'm not saying that we're going to succeed. But it looks like the wind has died down. So we're gonna go ahead going up over to this way, man. So yeah, that was super unfortunate. Getting fired before I even got hired. Yeah, they looked at my YouTube channel. They saw me. They saw me on the go-kart doing my rounds, doing a whole bunch of reckless things, and they said, yeah, man, unfortunately at this time, we're going to have to ask you to leave, and you will not begin employment with us. But that was such a long time ago. I need to come over here and grab my Louis Vuitton. And grab my Louis Vuitton back, my backo, like Bacchio. But yeah, that was super embarrassing though, especially like when I was so young. And then I was like, why the fuck would I tell? Like I remember I went off and started screaming at myself. Why would you tell them that you have a YouTube channel? And obviously I have absolutely no idea what kind of YouTube channel that they have, because I didn't get that far. But I remember they were looking at my videos for like a long ass fucking time. And they had me sit up in that room for like close to an hour. Oh, I haven't done this since I was a kid. What? Oh, it looks like it's gonna fall. Yeah, man, I don't know why. You know, I woke up the other day and I thought that I was living in a video game world. And there's a lot of speculations of saying that, you know, how Elon Musk said that once the graphics get good enough, that we're not going to be able to tell if you're living in the real world or if you're playing a video game. And then he said, who's to say that we're not already there? And remember, for the longest time there was speculation of like, oh, I'm thinking that we're living in a video game world. And I don't think that we're living in a video game world. I honestly think that this is like the base ground for creation of like being a human being. And oh my God, the wind is starting to pick up again. There's no chance that I finish this. Fuck. Yo, I'm running out of time to make this hour-long video. I think it's about 2 o'clock in the morning, but I still have another location that I need to get down to record at. Oh, I see what's wrong. Is because the concrete that it's sitting on isn't level. It's built like a speed bump. It's got a curve to it. No! I'm thinking if I build it more in like a square or like a triangle or diamond shape, maybe it'll have more structural integrity. Or maybe like a triangle. I think a triangle or pyramid might be the best shape for building such a tower. No, that tower would be too small. We gotta go bigger. Go bigger. Yeah, we gotta add more cones to it. Also, I was thinking, do you think that human life is supposed to end in like catastrophe? Like in a catastrophic way? Because I was looking at the pyramids, not in person, but like documentaries on YouTube. And with this like precision, and not just the precision, but the pure mass of the pyramid kind of trips me out, because I'm wondering, like, do we just get to a point in civilization to where we kind of just implode in on ourselves? And that's the way that it's supposed to go? Because like, even with all like these electrical vehicles and like ideas and plans that are being fully implemented to save the planet, it's like the human being is just so damn stupid it's like just so, it's so almost disgusting as like an animal that I'm like, I'm wondering if we're designed that way to basically implode, have like all humans ever die in some sort of catastrophic way, and then start over as like atoms, and then do that like again and again and again, kind of like a tidal wave, how it goes in and then it goes out and then it goes in and then it goes out, and it starts over and over again, kind of like how the moon and then the sun comes up, and then it's like kind of like a cyclical thing. And I'm wondering if we're just destined to keep on going in a circle, because I was also thinking of like, how far can we even push society? How far can we even go to like where it's like the end? You know what I mean? It's already pretty amazing how you can hear and see me through like a little device that like I'm speaking to you, and you can see me, and by the time that you see this, it will already be like 3 hours in the past, and fuck yeah, I was right, we did it, boy. Look at that shit. Or is that kind of thinking even worth thinking about? And is it better? I haven't done this shit in years, and yet I'm still fucking so good at it, boy. I remember me and my brothers, we built like a 7-foot tall freaking cup structure in the middle of our living room when I was like younger, but I haven't done this shit in forever. Is it worth it to think like that? Is this some sort of video game? Am I living in some sort of AI, artificial intelligent world? Are we just going to all die as a civilization? Or is it better to think of how far can we push civilization? That's how I've been trying to think of, like, now that I got this truck, now that I'm living in an apartment and I used to live on the streets, it's like, it didn't give me like that satisfaction of like, yeah, I've made it. So like lately I've been thinking of like, should I just live in a tent for the rest of my life, not have a job and just kind of be a bum? Or should I just push for as far as I possibly can? Push for having multiple Lamborghinis, having a Bugatti Chiron, having a Pagani, having a McLaren 750, having like a big ass house, having multiple big ass houses. I think that I'm just gonna sort of like kind of really just thinking about both, because everything in my life is like both. It's not like a yes or a no, it's like both. Because like even me as like a person, I'm like a black and a white person. That's why like my friends used to call me like, oh yeah, you're not black, you're so white. But clearly I still got like nigga in me. I'm not gonna tell you all the shit that I've done, but whew, that was close. But it's just like, so I am going to think of like, why am I here as a human being, but I'm also going to think of how can I do better? Like how can I double my income next year? Because like doing the same shit over and over and over again isn't like really good for a human being. But it's like I'm living in such a like a confusing time in my life right now, because like I keep saying, like, it's all up to me. Like, it's just me. It's like there's no one in the background. Like, I don't have any editors, I don't have any friends, I don't have any family. and it's just me. And what I was thinking of last week was like, should I push for being the superhero, or should I push for being the villain? And like I just said, it's gotta be both. You know, like, granted, like he might look good all the time, but I guarantee you Superman behind the curtains is doing some shady shit sometimes for the betterment of humanity. Like, kind of like genocide. It's like, you know, you might have to wipe out billions of people, but it's for the betterment of all. I remember there was like a phase where like I really wanted to become an actor. Like I wanted to be like in like big movies, but like the problem with, I think a huge issue, a huge problem with me is that if it's not like the main thing, if it's not the best, if it's not the top, if it's not literally like the peak of the mountain, then I want nothing to do with it. Like literally, like I want to, like either I want to be the most famous person in the world or nothing at all. And I think that that is a huge issue. That's a huge weak point. That's a huge flaw in my thinking that I don't even know where that comes from. Because like in high school, in middle school, in high school, like I never played sports. Like I was never on any teams. I was never like part of any groups. Like I never joined any sort of like even art things. Like I never like went out there, and because I think I didn't realize what school was. I didn't think that I thought that school was just like a literal program that you just kind of sit in there, and then it's like a huge line that you get like, all right, next, here's your diploma, and then like you kind of leave. Like I didn't realize that you could actually like do things in high school. But there was one point where it was me and my dad talking about like joining the football team. But then like at one point I went to Marietta Mesa, and like it was like a really posh like high school. Like it was like top of the line, like a white person's high school. And like I remember the gear, it was gonna be like $350 for the gear. And then like my dad kind of like looked at me, and then he was just like if you really want this, like we can make our way, like we can get you in there. We'll make it happen if you want to become a football player. But at the same time, like I already knew that I was such like I wasn't a nerd. I obviously wasn't like a gothic person, but like I was such a loner, and like I say I love, but I hate how today like they make being an outcast like that's the popular thing. Like, oh yeah, man, like I was like da da da. It's just like, no, it's just like when you're actually like a loner and you have nothing to bring to the table to like create friends, it's like literally the worst feeling in the world. Like, I mean, I think that that's where it comes from, but sometimes I still get it today. Like when I go out into public and there's like people around, I think that they're gonna like tell me not to not I can't be part of the club, like in public. Like sometimes, like not even when I'm vlogging, like I feel like I'm like people, like wherever I go, they're just like, get out of here. Like it's like, it literally still feels like that today. And that's how it felt all the way through middle school and high school. And then I knew that like I wasn't going to, like no one was gonna have my back. No one ever has my back. Like no one ever you know, maybe he is right. Like no one's ever done that for me, like at all. like, and like I kind of like knew that like I was going to be like almost like the clown. That like if we're like out there running and everything, like I already kind of knew that I was going to be the one who is almost part of training to make fun of. Like I knew that I was already gonna be that guy, so I kind of like shut it down before it was like anything. I said, no, I can't be like a football player because it's like a group. It's like a group contribution. It's like a group thing where like you have like other people to do it. And like the thing is, like going back to my problem is that it's like I have to like be the leader. And like I noticed that like a lot of positions in my life where I get that leadership role, and then automatically, like, I almost get, like, sent to the back, okay, you know? Like, I remember specifically in our neighborhood in Murrieta, like, when we were all kids, there was, like, this back creek area, and, like, one of the kids, I'm not going to say his name, but one of the kids, it was the house that, like, all the kids in the neighborhood came to, and then in the backyard, we literally took, like, shovels, and like we created like these little nests to like, this is your area, that's our area. And then the kid of the kid of the parents' house that we were at, like he was like the leader. And then I remember one day out of nowhere, they decided to make me the leader. And I remember I took this so personally because like I let everyone do whatever the hell they want to do, essentially just doing nothing. So like I remember like we got together in a group and then said, all right, Paul, well, you haven't brought us on any this or that, so they said this specifically, we're impeaching you. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, literally, I got so pissed off. And they weren't saying, Paul, you're not our friend anymore, get out. But I took it so personally that, like, literally, I got, like, my little Nerf guns and everything, and I went home. I was so pissed off. Like, you're gonna impeach me? Like, are you serious? Like, I remember I took it so to heart. So I don't think that, like, I'm really a good leader in the sense of like having like a group of people. Like I don't think I could ever like open like a corporation or anything like that. But what I think that I can do is just do things that no one else can do. Like I honestly think that I could be like a really good this is so ridiculous. I think that I could honestly be like a really good famous person one day because how I know how to like treat people. Like I see like other famous people and they're kind of like, you know, and it's kind of understandable because like I understand that they have lives. They have like, I understand that it's like very, very busy and everything, but it's just like, my God, you could at least smile at like a random, like I see, because like, since I'm like in the filming industry, I'm the person who's supposed to like, you know, stop the fans. Because we have like a lot of actors and it's happened multiple times of where, you know, you have to like stop the fans. And it's like, my guy, it's like you could at least like smile at the person. Like I'm going to be the crazy one who's just going to like run over to like the crowd and like give somebody a hug and like give them like a whole bunch of like selfies. But the problem is that I'm a fucking nobody. You know, like my issue is that like I need to be the best. But like I look at my YouTube videos and I'm like, oh, it's not a million views. It must not be good. And you know, it's really not good. These YouTube videos really aren't good. And it's so bad. Like I was so fucking pumped today to actually make like a really good YouTube video today, man. But then it's fucking June and it's fucking raining. Like I really didn't plan for that, but no matter, I'm still going to I'm going to find out, okay? I'm going to have to probably drive for like a fucking hour, and then that's going to cut down on a lot of the time that I already don't have, because I'm already coming around the corner of where I need to start uploading. And holy crap. Oh, I got a positive thing that I can talk about. It's been taking me a few months, because like a month ago I thought in my mind that I was ready to start going back to the gym, but like I guess my body was like, nah, I guess not today. But then it's been like a week, and then like I tried again, and then it was like another week, and then I tried again, and I feel like it's like slowly starting to melt down, because like what I realized with myself, and like I know that like sometimes like I'll say something of like, oh yeah, I need to start eating better, or oh, I need to start working out, and then people will give me advice of like, oh, this is exactly what you need to do. But what I realized for myself is that no matter like how motivated or pumped I am, is that like I actually for myself need to be ready. I have to personally be ready to like start doing like a lifestyle change, just like a drug addict. Like say if you're addicted to heroin, and you get like a whole bunch of people, and even if you go out and get like a therapist, if you're not ready to stop smoking heroin, you're still going to be smoking heroin. It's just like you actually have to be like ready yourself, without the people on the outside of like, come on, you can do it. It's just like, you know, that's really, really cool to have those people pumped up for you. But at the end of the day, it's just like you actually have to be ready for a lifestyle change. And I can feel that it's like starting to melt down to the point where like I can actually like get into the gym again. And I can feel it coming around the corner, man. And shit, if I get back on my crack cocaine shit, not actually legitimate crack cocaine. I've never done crack cocaine. I've never done drugs at all. The only drugs that I have done is marijuana and alcohol. And I did try at one point, it was half of a mushroom, but it didn't freaking do anything, which sucked ass, because I was fucking ready. I was like, let's do this. And it was with me and my friend back when in high school. And I felt like a little something, and then it just kind of dropped. And I was like, oh man, I was fucking ready. But what was I talking about? I was talking about me being ready for the gym, me getting ready again for eating healthy again. Oh yeah, if I get on my crack cocaine shit again, because like when I was out and I happened to move in with that friend, moving from California and just ripping all that I know and all that is around me, and moving from California and moving all the way to Arizona and moving in with them. And hey, I was like living with like the older stepsister, and it was me, it was my friend, and then it was her, and then the uncle, and it was just us in a big ass house. And she was fire. You know, she had that bad bitch vibe. And the thing is like when a girl has like, when she's like cool, when she's got that vibe, like it's just like, man, she was like addicting. And like I started doing construction, and like I remember I would like go and work like a 12-hour day of doing construction, digging trenches, and like lifting like these 100-pound rocks, and like doing all this. And like after that, I would go to the gym at like 2 o'clock in the morning, go work out. I would call it warming up my body, and then come back home, take a shower, take like a swig. I was too young to drink at the time, but it's like when you're an adult and you're like 18, it really doesn't matter. But I would take like an entire bottle of Jack Daniel whiskeys and I would just chug it down. And then I would get into my car and then drive down to the storage unit where they kept all the trench digging material, the trailers and the trucks. And then I would go with the CEO, the owner of the company, and then we would go and work for another fucking 12 hours. And I would almost say when I get to that point to where I'm safe with myself, where I'm comfortable with myself, where I'm secure with myself, where I am being fair to myself, when I'm giving myself the stuff that I deserve, if I get back to that level of work in Los Angeles, shit, I might actually just become the most famous, notorious person in all of Los Angeles, because I don't see anybody who can stand a chance, because like I see all these freaking people get the money and they be doing like the most petty shit, and they be like like as soon as they get the money, they get the biggest group of people around them that they possibly can, and they're like, no, you don't understand, we've been knowing each other for the past 2 months and this guy's real. And then you look at a story like Tekashi 6ix9ine, that motherfucker was stealing all of your money, and look at you now. Honestly, I haven't been keeping up on Tekashi 6ix9ine, but honestly, I wish the best for him. But it's just like, I know that if I had that money and that attention, I wouldn't be putting fucking gangsters around in my circle. Like, I think that that's just personally stupid as hell, man. Watch, freaking, I'm gonna do some squats for you. I'm finna go ahead and be on a crack cocaine shit right here, boy. We're gonna go ahead and do 5 squats, boy. You gotta go ahead and put the ass to the grass on the goddamn motherfucking little push-up. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what's scary as hell? Is that maybe like 6 months ago or something, I literally couldn't do 1 squat. Like literally, I would be like this. I'll be like this. And like I literally, I couldn't do this. Watch. I couldn't do this. But it's like I'm finally, like I'm freaking, guys, I'm getting my mobility back. The only problem is like I'm pretty much like naturally like bigger, and like especially like at the gym that I go to, it's like some guys take offense to it, and they see you working out and they be like fucking like doing shit like that, and it's just like super, it's like really, really annoying, because it's like you already see that I'm struggling. Boy, I'm like approaching 350 pounds. It's like I can't just get this weight. Like, god damn, boy.
Possible injuries in that one, and a problem on the floor.
I can't turn them off, so I'm just gonna go ahead and have to put them down, man. It looks like that boy over there is getting the book thrown at him. You know what's absolutely crazy? Is that last night I had a dream, and the people, they were trying to feed me medication again. So I took the medication, and then I split it in half, and then I was going to take it, and then I was like, wait, what the hell? Why am I taking this in my dream? And typically in my dreams, I don't have any sort of like power, but I kind of like stood up for it. And it was like, I remember specifically, it was the Depakote again, the big ass horse pills. It's called Depakote. And it was like one other tiny little pill. and then like I refused to take it, and then like the dream like changed into something else. But it's just like I think it's amazing that like I kind of like finally stood up even in my dreams to kind of have like a spine and like stand up for myself. But with all of that said, that should be a wrap. It's a wrap, everybody. Everybody else can go home. That should be enough film. And hopefully, I don't want to embarrass myself, but hopefully this video is an entire hour long. If it's not, this was like a test video to see if I have enough storage in my camera to make an hour-long video, because to make an hour-long video after editing, you have to record like 2 or 3 hours of film. So hopefully this video is a whole hour. If not, then that sucks, because then I have to go and buy even more recording equipment, or decide to make the videos smaller. But if this video is a whole hour long, then that means that I can start making longer videos. Just fucking dope. I finished this a lot quicker than I thought it was going to take me. I thought I was going to be late. I thought I was going to be late on today's video. Actually, speaking of which, I probably should really start considering cleaning up and getting on my truck so I can get to the Wi-Fi. So, oh shit. Oh, I'm going to have to upload a whole hour-long video. That's going to take like an hour. Shit, I gotta go. Bye.
About me, I don't know, man. Fuck this for your biscuit.